Imagine living in a home where the doors are never locked, where there's no need for security cameras, alarms, or high walls. Picture a world where your neighbors are as protective of your space as they are of their own, where safety isn't a matter of technology but of deep, mutual trust. This is how Mennonite communities live, an unshakable belief that security doesn't lie in locks or passwords, but in the strength of a shared commitment to peace, vigilance, and respect for one another. For the Mennonites, home security isn't built on barriers, but on bonds. Their doors are open, their homes are welcoming, and they rely on generations of tradition and community support to create a sanctuary that's both accessible and protected. How do they manage to feel so secure in a world full of risks and uncertainty? Join us as we step into the lives of the Mennonites to uncover the remarkable ways they protect their homes without ever needing to lock the door. Mennonites are often known for their traditional lifestyles, simple homes, and communities bound by trust and faith. Many Mennonite families do not lock their doors, nor do they rely on high-tech security systems, alarms, or cameras to protect their homes. Yet, they have found ways to feel safe, secure, and deeply connected to their environment. In a world that often relies on complex security systems and locked doors, the Mennonite approach shows us a unique, trust-based way of living that values peace, openness, and vigilance rooted in community. For Mennonites, security doesn't mean building barriers between themselves and others. Instead, it's about fostering strong bonds with neighbors, creating spaces that feel welcoming, and ensuring that everyone within the community is aligned with the same values. Mennonite homes are usually open to others, not just physically, but also in spirit. The doors remain unlocked because they believe in a level of trust that allows everyone to come and go freely. This openness is not only a reflection of their values, but also serves as a way to invite connection, kindness, and community into their lives. One of the most important aspects of Mennonite home protection is the collective responsibility the community takes for each other. In many Mennonite communities, everyone knows each other by name, and it's common for people to look out for their neighbors as a matter of course. If someone in the community notices something unusual or suspicious, they won't hesitate to check in and ensure everything is fine. This network of watchful eyes provides a level of vigilance that is constant and deeply ingrained in daily life. Mennonites see themselves as part of a greater whole, and this sense of unity and shared responsibility deters potential threats. A stranger or an unfamiliar face is quickly noticed, not with suspicion, but with a cautious curiosity. Community members are not afraid to introduce themselves to outsiders, to learn about who they are and why they're there. This openness serves as a silent barrier, conveying that the community is tight-knit and protective, even without physical locks or security systems. A significant part of why Mennonites feel secure without traditional locks or alarms is their faith in human goodness. Rooted in their spiritual beliefs, they place their trust in God's protection and guidance. Many Mennonites believe that if they live in a way that is peaceful, respectful, and open-hearted, they'll attract positivity and goodwill from others. This doesn't mean they're naive or oblivious to potential dangers, but they genuinely believe that kindness and peacefulness reduce the likelihood of harm. For Mennonites, faith itself serves as a layer of protection. They often pray for safety and well-being, trusting that God will shield them from harm. This faith isn't just a passive hope. It's a powerful assurance that allows them to live without fear. When concerns do arise, they're often addressed in prayer groups or community gatherings, allowing people to come together and express any fears or worries they may have. In this way, faith acts as both a comfort and a form of protection, giving Mennonites a sense of security that goes beyond physical barriers. Mennonite homes are often designed with simplicity and openness in mind, and this extends to the layout and structure of the house. Many homes have large windows that allow them to see outside and observe their surroundings. This openness fosters a sense of connection to the outside environment and allows them to be more aware of who's coming and going. Instead of high fences or walls, Mennonite properties are often open, symbolizing that they have nothing to hide and that anyone is welcome to approach with respect. Their homes are not designed to isolate them from the world, but rather to integrate them into it. This makes them more aware of their surroundings, creating a sense of natural vigilance. The absence of barriers, fences, and locked gates is not an invitation for trouble, but rather a sign of trust in their way of life, a trust they believe is reciprocal. By being visible and approachable, Mennonites reinforce a quiet sense of security rooted in mutual respect. In a society where security often comes from mistrust or fear of the unknown, Mennonites turn this concept on its head by placing trust at the heart of their home protection philosophy. They believe that if they trust others, that trust is likely to be returned. This doesn't mean that they ignore the risks, but they choose to live in a way that reflects their values. Trust becomes their first line of defense, a concept foreign to many, but essential to their way of life. Mennonite children are also taught the importance of trust and respect from a young age. They learn to treat their homes and neighbors with respect, understanding that trustworthiness and respect go hand in hand. As they grow, they understand that their role in the community is not only to protect their home, but also to contribute to the well-being and safety of everyone around them. This mutual trust means that everyone feels a sense of responsibility, reinforcing a natural security that doesn't rely on locks or alarms. One of the most effective security measures for Mennonite communities is their informal, neighborly vigilance. If someone's out of town, it's common for neighbors to keep an eye on their home, bringing in mail, checking on livestock, or simply ensuring everything is as it should be. These acts of community care serve as a way to watch over each other without the need for formalized systems. When someone in the community needs extra support, neighbors are quick to lend a hand, whether that's by helping with chores, providing meals, or just being present in a way that ensures the person's home and belongings are safe. This creates a deep sense of interconnectedness, where each person knows they are supported and protected by the people around them. By trusting each other with their homes and livelihoods, they reinforce the belief that security is about people, not systems. When unfamiliar visitors arrive, Mennonites don't respond with hostility or suspicion. Instead, they tend to approach outsiders with openness and curiosity, inviting conversation to understand who they are and why they're there. This approach not only breaks down any potential barriers, but also discourages ill intentions, as strangers quickly realize they're entering a community that is aware, connected, and not afraid to ask questions. This method of addressing strangers is both simple and effective. By showing openness rather than fear, Mennonites foster an environment where people feel seen and acknowledged. This simple act of acknowledgement can disarm potential threats, as outsiders realize they are entering a space that values honesty and transparency. Generations of Mennonites have lived this way, and their approach to home security has been refined over time, passed down through families as a way of life. Stories of resilience, instances of support, and acts of neighborly kindness are shared across generations, reinforcing the idea that their security lies in each other. These stories create a legacy of trust, instilling confidence in younger generations to maintain this way of life. In Mennonite homes, family stories often serve as reminders of the strength of community-based security. Tales of a grandfather who helped a neighbor in distress, or an aunt who welcomed a lost stranger with kindness all contribute to the collective understanding of how their homes remain protected. This continuity of values, reinforced by lived experience, is a vital part of why Mennonites feel secure without the need for locks or security systems. The Mennonite approach to home security is not about isolating themselves from potential dangers, but about fostering an environment of trust, openness, and mutual responsibility. In place of locks and alarms, they've created a culture that emphasizes connection, community, and vigilance. They believe that by living with integrity and welcoming others in peace, they can build a life that's not only safe, but also deeply fulfilling. This approach offers a powerful reminder that security doesn't have to be about technology, walls, or barriers. For the Mennonites, the most effective security measure is the bond they share with each other and the belief that respect and faith create an environment where everyone can feel safe. This trust-based way of living reflects a timeless wisdom. That true security lies not in what we keep out, but in the strength and unity of the community within.